in African socialism, all what we are after is for its good social welfare for the people of Africa, Nigeria, where we are. So we have carefully studied the Nigerian state, and we have come to the realization that if you vote in new political party into power, or if you vote in new president, what we call changing president, will not actually solve the real challenges that we are facing. Voting a new president will not solve the insecurity challenge in Nigeria. It won't solve the poverty rate that we have. Over 53% of our population in poverty. It won't solve the development challenge of low infrastructure, no good economic system. It won't solve the double taxation, no good economic environment for the people. It won't solve the power challenge that we don't have stable power in Nigeria. It won't solve the problem that our educational system is backward. It won't solve the fact that we don't have good healthcare system and many other things that we are facing in this country. It won't solve the inflation rate, the low standard of living, the low per capita income of the people in Nigeria. So how do we solve this problem? If changing the president won't solve it. I tell people nothing but the real truth, that even the invaders that came and invaded our society and forced us to call them colonial masters, the imperialists, to an extent they came to a realization that because of the heterogeneous nature of the Nigerian people, they splitted the country under the Richard Constitution of 1946 into 3 different regions. And before it later became 4 regions when the Midwest region was created. But these regions were actually operating independently. That was when the great Ahmadu Bello University was built. And I tell you that the foundation of that great university was not built under the resources of the federal authority then, but from the northern region. That's why you hear the granite pyramid that was booming in the north. It was not from the federal authority, but the regional government. That's where Kano earned its nickname, or its prestigious name that we still call it today, that Kano is the center of commerce. All this thing was not from the process of the federal authority. That's when the great Nigerian University in Nsukka was built. Company were striving. The eastern region, now southeast and south was known for oil palm. The great cocoa booming in the west, the free educational system that came through Awo, all these things were booming, not from the development structure or planning or resources from the federal, but from the regional government. The regions were doing quite all right. Even as the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, was telling one of the leading presidential candidates for the election that Nigeria was rated alongside countries like Brazil, Indonesia, and India that will become the next powerhouse, the next economic developing, most developed country. But when you look at it, just suppose these countries and Nigeria, draw a dichotomy, you found out that these countries are far advanced than Nigeria. For instance, India has sent astronauts to space. In terms of military, India is doing well. In terms of medical science, India is fast developing. So, for we in Nigeria, why are we still where we are? Why these other countries are fast developing and advanced than us? Let me quickly tell us. It all started when the juntas came in 1966 in Nigeria. And I'll tell you that peeling the onions was the greatest, worst mistake ever done in the political system of Nigeria. Because before the juntas came, the regions were viable and they were developing. So the juntas came and destroyed the true political structure that would have advanced Nigeria development and make Nigeria a viable country. So even the man who started peeling the onions, what they call state creation in African socialism, we call it peeling the onions. The man that did so on 27th May 1967 never created the 12th state as he claimed then for the interest of the minority group. Because I tell people, as long as Nigeria is an heterogeneous country, the more you create state, the more you create minority group. So creating state will not solve the minority challenge, but equality for all. I don't want to go into that. So the juntas came And they started peeling the onions. And today, we have peeled the onions to 36 states. Look at the states, they are not viable. At the end of the month, they send the Commissioner of Finance to Abuja, they share money. And today, the people of Nigeria are facing the consequences of peeling the onions. Because peeling the onions was never the solution to Nigeria. And we have stated it very clear for us in African socialism that yes, the mistake of peeling the onions has been done, but to God be the glory that even in the EU governance of Nigeria, 6 geopolitical zones have been created. Therefore, create a new constitution. Let us draft a new constitution and clearly devolve power to these 6 regions, the 6 zonal government, and let this zonal government start functioning independently. A true federal structure is what will solve Nigeria. And when you look at the constitution, there are 2 main lists that drive development in the Nigerian constitution: the exclusive legislative list and the concurrent legislative list. If you look at the exclusive legislative list, you have over 68 items in the exclusive legislative list, items that only the federal government can legislate. And when you look at the concurrent list items, you have only 12 items. Items that the federal government, the state government can legislate upon. But when you look at the letters and the spirit of the constitution, how it is written in concerning the concurrent list, it is narrowly written that even when state government legislate and the federal government legislate on any particular item on the concurrent list, that of the federal government will supersede, and that of the state government will become null and according to the letter and spirit of the constitution. So if we really want development in our country, Nigeria, we want to pathway for good governance, we must restructure Nigeria and create a union state. It is only a union government that can solve the problem that we are facing in Nigeria, not changing president. So no matter who wins the Nigerian election, no matter the political party or the personality that will come in, the development challenge of Nigeria will still be there as long as we operate under this unitary federal structure, under this feeding bottle federalism. We won't get it right. For we in African socialism, we are clearly stipulate the solution for Nigeria. Create a union government, draft a new constitution, devolve power down to the component unity. That is the way forward for Nigeria. Thank you so much.